Hello. Hi.
Howdy.
Welcome to our first episode of NEPA Nerds. This is great. We are the three here. We generally don't sit in front of a camera or do anything in front of a camera. So we have to, once again, we'll have to get used to this. But at the same time, too, my name is Al Becerra. I'm the camera guy here at 2822 News. And we have here
Zach Smith. I'm a digital producer with 2822 News.
And I'm Julia Priest. I'm also a digital producer, evening side. So I get to hang out with Dracula every now and then.
Nice. Yeah, and so NEPA Nerds. Yeah, so the three of us are the nerds of the studio, among other people. There are closet nerds out there too. But yeah, so NEPA Nerds is all about just being able to talk about what we're interested in. For me, it's sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, horror, gaming,
Fantasy.
all that. Fantasy, good stuff too. Yeah, and I'm a huge classic sci-fi nut, and Mr. Zach here is Mr. Gamer himself. So I'm looking forward to that as well, because I'm not as well versed in the gaming world, so I'm going to learn a lot from him as well. Yeah, and so what am I looking forward to with NEPA Nerds? Well, I'm looking forward to a lot of things. One of the things that I really want to look forward to is doing trailer reactions and upcoming movies. I love watching trailers. I mean, obviously I'm a movie buff too, but I just love being able to do some sort of reaction to upcoming trailers as well, and see if the trailer would actually work well, or if the trailer actually will go along with what the movie's all about too. So
Right? And it's also topical too. So that way, we can talk about what's happening and what we're expecting within the near future. And some exciting things that are coming our way. So.
Yeah. So actually, let's go with you. What are you looking forward to?
I am excited for various different things. Not only just the conversations we're going to have here, but also just learning about things that I just haven't been able to learn about. Zach, he's more, he humbled me with how much of a gaming connoisseur he is. I thought I knew my stuff about gaming, but I got humbled, but that's okay. So, and there's some advantages that I have as well. As prefaced, I dip my entire body into the DC universe, whatever kind of comic lines they got going out. The Absolute universe too, that's new, and everything involving that. But yeah, I'm very excited for what we got going on here.
Yeah, sounds good. Zach, what are you looking forward to?
Well, as Julia put it ever so eloquently, I'm looking forward to sharing my bevy of video game knowledge with both of you. Talk about the latest and greatest in gaming, along with some old classics here and there. Even looking at some trailers myself and seeing what's coming up, and my reactions to it. Hopefully share them with you, see if I can get you guys interested in them as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I'm a YouTube buff. So I'm always watching other people reacting to the trailers coming out too, or even some shows. Even though we may not necessarily have time for reacting to shows here, it's you know what? I'd like to do one of those, but I never got to. So there's an opportunity for us to be able to do that. And yeah, and so let's see, what am I also looking forward to is you're a DCU buff.
I am
I'm the
excited.
MCU guy. So
the DCU with James Gunn. If you haven't seen Superman, the new movie that came out, see it. Go see David Cornsweet. It is so good. And not only that, it felt like I was watching the Sam Raimi movies, Spider-Man back in 2002. I felt that same spark of magic in what James Gunn did. That's I'm not too much a fan of James Gunn. We'll talk about that more later.
Yeah.
But
especially in the MCU.
well, that's something to discuss. But I'm so excited because I'm seeing all these just obscure even for me. With Peacemaker and Vigilante and all them, I didn't know about them until the James Gunn I guess DCU started, and I'm glad that he's bringing some of them back. So and it's good to see some of my also obscure what are they called MVPs coming out too. So I'm very excited for that.
Nice. So in the gaming world, what's the biggest thing right now? If you don't mind just talking about it, right?
Everybody's talking about Battlefield 6 right now,
Oh, okay.
myself included.
Yeah.
It just so happened to coincide with my most recent vacation that I took.
Oh, okay.
Went to the Catskills for a little bit, but also played a lot of Battlefield. And I'm of the age where I was boots on the ground when the first game came out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Back it was World War II based, and
Right.
Call of Duty, of course, came out, and that overshadowed a lot of the more recent Battlefield entries. But I'm happy to say that Battlefield's back,
Oh,
Okay.
good.
and it's pretty darn good.
Is this the installment where they have like actually like destructible buildings?
So they did have them in the past, but this one it's a little scaled back. It's still there, but they removed the ability to totally demolish certain buildings only because if everybody had their way, you would just have basically a level.
Right.
It would just be a flat playing field.
Yeah.
So like you
Level
still have
playing
like you still have like the skeletons of houses that are still standing and
gotcha,
stuff. So
gotcha.
there'll still be
Yeah.
things that you can take cover behind. But destruction is certainly a major element of the game.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
That's crazy.
So
All right, nice, excellent. Yeah. So this is going to be really interesting because another thing I'm actually looking forward to, interviewing people in their respective fields. Like for example,
Yeah.
Julianne, we're just talking about speaking or interviewing comic book artists.
right.
That'll be interesting.
Not only like just the big names, but the local names too. So it's very exciting for that. And like I'm not in tune when it comes to like the local scene when it comes to our comic book areas. I mean, I know that Rubber Mallet is out towards, I believe, Wyoming, if not Nanticoke. That's the opposite direction. But like I'd like to learn more about our local comic book scene because the talent is here. We have people here, so I'm very excited for that and getting to know people around here who got the skills.
Nice, excellent. Yeah, and yes, and hopefully we'll see what happens. But it would be nice to actually interview, celebrities.
Right?
I'll have to talk to Chris Bohinski for celebrity connections.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's a good question. I like to ask the two of you. Who's your wish list celebrity interview? Like, if you had the ability to interview anybody living, who would you speak to?
Well, in terms of my realm of expertise, I would want John Carmack, who is one of the big creators of ID Software's Doom, if you remember that.
Ooh, oh wait, that's the one that came out in 2016, right?
No, I'm talking. Oh, yes, but not. I'm talking like the early 90s. Doom.
Oh, the
Like
OG
that-
one.
the
OG Doom.
Okay, all right.
Oh, that's good.
that's what I used to play.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, the man who set the groundwork for all first-person shooters as we know them today.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, him and John Romero, who was one of the level designers for the game, one of the lead level designers for the game, is just a rock star of his own time.
Right?
Okay. Nice. Excellent.
Right.
I mean, I know it's a long shot,
Mm-hmm.
but just about any major director for even though yes, a lot of the Star Wars has been a little controversial, some of the
Right.
shows, but it would be nice to talk to somebody as as big as Jon Favreau.
Right?
That would be so freaking cool. Yeah.
It's not entirely out of the realm of possibility. On PA Live, I saw, it was probably a couple of months ago by now, they had E.J. Daly on at one point in time, Taylor Strong, a major voice actress, a pillar in the voice acting community. And that brings me to the person who I would like to interview, D. Bradley Baker.
D. Bradley
If there's
Baker.
anything animated, he's in it. He's done creature roles. He's done character roles. Like the behind the voice page for him Like if you printed it out, it would probably be like 20 or 30 pages. And
He's done millions of voices of clones.
right? Oh, that's right. He is the clone guy.
Clone guy.
Oh, but once when you hear like his voice profile, you'll be like, oh, there he is. Like, you'll hear him everywhere, and that would just be so awesome to speak to him and really get his years of experience, because he's probably been doing this at least 30 some years. So that'd be really exciting. So if you're out there, D. Bradley Baker, 2822, hit us up.
That would be great.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. So we have a lot to look forward to, and really, this is all about having fun here. And yes, we're gonna mess up a lot. That's fine. That's part of the entertainment of it all.
We're not normally on camera people, as I said before.
Yes.
I arose from my coffin this morning.
Yeah. And so like I'm gonna do my best to get used to being in front of the lens, but because normally being behind the camera, I'm usually with for a few years there, I learned from my mentor Andy Mihalchik.
MVP Andy Mihalchik, by the way.
Yes, and took a few notes for him, and working those few years with him, I'm like, you know what, I should be doing that. I should be doing that. It's good method. And so yes.
How long have you been doing this anyway?
As a camera guy with BRE since 2020.
Ooh.
But as a camera guy in general for TV news since 2008.
Oh.
So I've been in the business for a few years, just a couple years here and there. Yeah,
I'm trying to do the math.
Yes, exactly. As my Scranton brothers say.
So you said 2008, right?
Yeah, 2008.
Oh, you're coming up on 2 decades. Congrats.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Thanks for reminding me.
Oh, no. I probably gave you a gray hair on accident. My bad, but congrats.
Sure, right here,
so
right here.
That's hard work, and that's something to be. I would applaud, but our camera or our microphones are very sensitive.
Yes. The table is really sensitive, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. And since you asked, might as well. Would you tell me a little bit more about your job here at the station?
Yeah, I have worked for a year in pre-production part-time. Or not pre-production, in production. So I would literally be physically behind the cameras in the studio. And one time I went to a volunteer event that we do with CEO Weinberg. And I went, and one of our associates who's no longer with WBRE, he said like, hey, like, we got an open position. Do you want to give it a shot? And the rest is history. I've been here full-time for 3 years. As of this past August, I'm going into my 4th year now. So it's very exciting. I love this not spur of the moment. Like sometimes we'll get breaking news that come in, and I feel that vibe of being a reporter, and it's so exciting, and I cannot wait for I'm sure that we'll have plenty of news to report on today. So, and you can find my byline on 2822news.com. So.
Ooh, already promoting things. And here I am, a cameraman of nearly 20 years, absolutely jaded. So, with Zach, how about you? Tell us a little bit more about your experience in the news world.
Well, I'm not too far behind you, Elle. I just hit the 8-year mark this past August with the station. I started as an assignment editor in August of 2017, I believe it was.
Oh, God, I was still in college.
Yeah. Worked about every shift here that you can imagine. You know, wow. the early AM shifts, the late PM shifts, to where I'm at now at the 7 a.m. mark. About 4 years or so ago, our boss, Tim Habersky, came up to me and was like, "Want to work digital?" I was like, "Get me off this desk."
That's great.
Everything after that is, Julia said, is history.
Yeah.
It's been a thrill ride.
Right?
Yeah. It's been crazy. Yeah, it's been crazy. Normally I work out of the Poconos, but they've been, ever since they had to bring me in to work with Andy, like, been working out in Wilkes-Barre for a while, but thankfully they threw me back out to the Poconos. Right. Anyway, so NEPA Nerds. We'll be right back, and we'll just talk a little bit more about what everybody has been talking about at the cubicles.
All right. NEPA Nerds. I'm Julia, your DC and fantasy expert, and we also got El Becerra and Zach Smith, our general nerd culture and gaming connoisseur, respectively. And this is the Cubicle Convo, where we talk about the recent media and TV that we saw over the weekend, and just like nerdy stuff to talk about. So what I saw over the weekend was Good Boy. It's not the one from 2003, 2015, or 2025, excuse me. Recently I saw it in theaters. I highly recommend you watch it and stick around after the credits, because there's a director's insight into how they filmed it. It's really funny because sound design really makes or breaks on whether or not it's a horror movie or a comedy.
But what's the premise of the movie?
The premise of the movie is that there's this man and his best friend on four legs, and they are moving into this cabin that was owned by their by the owner's father. And who died mysteriously. Ooh, and spooky. And throughout the film, you see all these little spooky things that are happening in the house. So
And it's all from the dog's perspective,
it's
right?
all from the dog's perspective. So you're not following a person when it comes to like understanding the story, because like the dogs, they don't understand people conversations, but we understand people conversations. And
So is it mainly from that lower perspective all the time?
It's so unsettling, like when you move away from that perspective within the film, because like it sets you in at like knee height throughout majority of the film, and when it goes from like a shot higher than that, it's off-putting. It's like you're looking down at something, and like it would be our normal perspective, but because like we're in the place of the dog, it's unsettling, and just that one, like there's a couple of shots here and there that I just it's so good.
Is it like the what the audience is seeing is through the eyes of the dog, or is it like almost like a third person view of the dog?
It's a third person view. It's shot traditionally like a film, but the focus is the dog. So like again, you're at knee height. It also like gives a different perspective on like horror, in the sense like the rooms just seem bigger, and so do the threats within the home and all the spooky things that happen. There's also like a mystery within the movie, and there's some things like if you aren't looking, like you'll miss them. That like little what are they called? Little details that if you blink and you'll miss
Easter
them.
eggs? Easter eggs?
Or Easter egg?
Kind of, yeah. So, and again, I highly recommend seeing it when you can in theaters. I believe it's still in theaters.
Okay.
And don't forget that director's commentary, or not commentary, director's like behind the scenes thing. It's so funny.
So BTS are right after the credits.
Right after the credits.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
it
All
was it like once when like you. It's also got the budget of like $3 and the lint in your pocket. So, but it doesn't look like that like when you're actually watching the film. It's like that's the beauty of horror. You can have the budget of a paperclip and a penny and still make something truly terrifying. And this got me scared. So,
Okay.
yeah.
That's awesome.
In terms of like how scary, with 1 being Barney's Big Adventure and 10 being, I don't know, looking into the gates of heck itself. Like, how scary would you rate this
I think
movie?
we could say that.
I would rate this as scary as, I want to say, ooh, that's a good question.
Wait, did you say Barney's or Pee-wee's Big Adventure? Because that scared the crap out of me when I was a kid.
No, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And we can have that conversation another day.
Yeah,
It's on the scale of, I believe, the Poltergeist.
Oh,
No, not Poltergeist.
Are you sure?
'Cause it's got, it doesn't have any gore, so you don't have to worry about that.
So it's about tension and ambience.
Yes, and
okay.
You'll have to consult does the dog die.com for anything like that. I'm not going to discuss that. But
No spoilers here.
right. So
I mean, you are a horror nerd as well.
I do enjoy horror, and
Yeah.
this movie sounds like it'd be right up my alley.
Oh, yeah.
I do enjoy horror movies that kind of go in a different direction with how it's told. Like I think it was not last year, but maybe the year before that, there was a movie called In a Violent Nature, which is told entirely from the view of the killer.
Oh.
So it's think of your Friday the 13th movie, but the camera's following Jason the entire time.
Okay.
Not one of my favorite horror movies, but I definitely appreciated what it was doing.
yeah.
So, but unlike what you're talking about, this one did have a lot of gore,
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah.
but it was good.
Yeah.
It was all practical effects, which I highly encourage.
Okay.
Oh yes. Oh, practical. That's also the thing I love too about the horror scene is that they are like pioneers when it comes to practical effects. With The Thing in 1982, I want to say that came out in 1984.
7, I think.
87. Yeah, that sounds about right. With the practical effects when it comes to that, and the recent one is Smile, the monster towards the end of that.
You were right. It was 1982.
Right?
Yeah, we're allowed to check Google here.
Yeah, I need a cheat sheet because I have the memory span of a gnat.
I am stubborn. So
Yeah, I do
and-
quick lookups all the time.
yeah, I recently saw the behind the scenes when it comes to putting together the monster for Smile 2. I believe it's or maybe it's Smile 3, where basically, I'm not going to describe it, but it's like so interesting. Like when you're seeing it like as an adult in the behind the scenes, it's like seeing the magic of Disney World.
Okay.
Like, and how they make everything happen. Now, like, it doesn't take away from the magic, but it makes it more interesting. So, yeah.
And here I am, the sci-fi nerd, so I'm not as well versed when it comes to horror as you guys. I mean, I do the classic horror stuff, you know, back in the day with Nightmare on Elm Street and all that. But yes, I'm gonna have to interview both of you guys to pick your brains on the kind of horror to look into.
I'm surprised because Alien is sci-fi and
Oh, yeah.
and the Predator too.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah,
big
there's
into
plenty of
those.
sci-fi horror.
Oh yeah.
At one point, Jason Voorhees ended up sci-fi somehow.
We're not going to talk about it. Well, I mean, we can.
Yeah.
It has its own special charm to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't need to go there though. For now, definitely not.
yeah.
Yeah, and so when it comes to sci-fi itself, for my cubicle convo would be Star Trek, Strange New Worlds. So if anybody who's been keeping up with Star Trek, hello Trekkie. fellow
I
Trekkie.
don't know what you're talking about. I am not that big of a fan of Star Trek. I only have watched everything that they've ever put out.
Nice. So for Strange New Worlds, I personally have barely any complaints about it because I personally love how they approached Star Trek. It's in the classic style, which is awesome. At the same time, too, the dialogue and the kind of stories they have for Strange New Worlds is let's just say it keeps my interest level up without discouraging me. So yeah, which I personally like. If you're being a big Trekkie here, what are your thoughts on Stranger Worlds?
So I'll say up front with saying I really enjoyed the first 2 seasons. I thought, as you said, that it was kind of bringing Star Trek back to its roots and being just like a grand space adventure. Having said that, now I will preface this by saying I'm more of a next gen DS9 Voyager era Trekkie.
Classic Trek.
I grew up watching Next Generation with my dad, and then I kind of went off on my own from there. I think Deep Space Nine, I think, is currently my favorite season, but depending on what I'm watching, it kind of fluctuates.
Okay.
I just finished season 3 of Strange New Worlds, and of the 3, it's not my favorite. It's gotten a little too goofy for me.
There were yeah, actually, to be totally frank, I did like the goofiness of it all. Well, not all.
It's fine in like bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Like you have the Next Generation episode where Data becomes Sherlock Holmes, and you have the DS9 episode where Dr. Bashir lives out a James Bond novel. So like it's okay to have those kinds of like funny episodes, but it seemed like in season 3 of Strange New Worlds, it was like almost every other episode was a
callback,
nudge nudge wink wink episode.
Yeah. Which personally I sort of enjoyed, so.
Which is fine. Like I have no problem with them in here and there, but I do like my more serious Trek that kind of discusses and explores contemporary issues in a more futuristic setting, which I think is, in my opinion, what Trek is all about.
Yeah. And although I haven't finished season 3 just yet, but at the same time too, I noticed like it seems to be an every other episode thing to like at least give the viewer a little bit of breathing space between all the serious stuff, like all the Gorn and all that. It's like, oh dear, it's like that's just a whole lot of intensity, and then the next episode is a holodeck episode. I'm like, oh, oh, that's sweet. That's cute. Yeah. And so,
Strange New Worlds is called, right?
Yeah, Strange New Worlds. Yep.
Is it? As somebody who is not too familiar with Star Trek, I mean, I know the Live Long and Prosper and all that, but is it like friendly for newcomers, or do I gotta?
I would say
somebody
absolutely.
need. Yeah, it's friendly for newcomers.
If I was to point to a show that I would encourage somebody who's very unfamiliar with Trek, I would probably say Strange New Worlds is the easiest for them to get into.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And when you say it like gets a little goofy every now and then, is it like the
Well, there was a
Orville
musical
goofy
episode.
or?
There was a musical episode.
There was a point where it sort of reminded me of the Orville, especially with that musical episode.
Yeah.
Which I still thought was good.
Oh yeah.
I like that episode. I can understand why people don't. Like I said, it's very hit and miss with me. I just think that season 3 in particular was doing it a little too often.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was missing my serious Trek. Like the penultimate episode where I'm not going to go into too much detail.
No,
where
don't.
Ortega gets stranded on a moon, I think it is, with a Gorn. And there's a lot of high tension, but it turns out to be like it's a really great episode about kind of recovering from trauma and how you see who you perceive as an enemy and how it can be kind of altered.
Okay. Is it comparable to the classic Trek episode with Kirk and the Gorn?
I would say it goes in a different direction.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay,
interesting.
that's a good little taste for it because I've yet to see it. Yeah, and thing is though, like there are certain episodes that of course it connects to other Trek shows. So like for example, there was one episode where you have to be knowledgeable of the animated Star Trek series Lower Decks. So yeah.
Oh, the newer one.
Yeah,
Okay.
newer one.
I've
like
seen
if you're
clips
familiar
or two of
with
that.
it, if you're familiar with it, then yeah, it would be helpful to know.
Rest in peace,
I've
Lower
brain
Decks.
rotted on it with TikTok, so. That was our cubicle convo, and coming up, we'll have some more nerdy conversations. Until then, we'll be right back.
And we are back with NEPA Nerds. And today I think we are going to be talking a little bit about anti-heroes in both the Marvel and DC universes. Now, as somebody who is not as big in the comics as you two are, give me some examples of what your perspective universes consider anti-heroes to be. Like, what are some examples that would be known to us?
Right now, the biggest for Marvel is Deadpool, the biggest anti-hero, and somehow got really famous since the 90s, ever since his first appearance in New Mutants. And so, yeah, back then he wasn't as funny as he was in later comic books. But yes, part of his charm was pretty much his comedy. At the same time, too, yes, he was very much as anti-hero as you can possibly get.
And he became popularized not only with the release of the film in I think the early 2010s with Ryan Reynolds. He also got popular with the release of the video game in 2009, right?
Oh yeah. He was
mainstream.
By
I
then
guess
he was pretty much mainstream at that point.
Really?
Yeah, just because his comic books came out around that time, within that 10-year time span. So
that kind of tracks.
yeah. And for DC, what real quick, what's the
biggest anti-hero that I could think of, at least for DC, is the Red Hood, Jason Todd. For those of you who do not know the character, Red Hood is basically the second Robin, following after Dick Grayson.
Spoilers.
Oh, right?
We're not supposed to give spoilers
This
here.
development, from the late 80s to 90s. But basically, there was a poll way back in the day where you call a phone number and with that call, you cast your vote whether to save Jason Todd from certain death or let him die. And the audience decided to let him die. His character remained dead for a good 20-some years until, I believe, 2006. That's when his character was resurrected as the Red Hood. Gun-toting, mob-killing, refutation of Batman's argument of saving the villains despite everything that they do. He basically gives Batman an ultimatum: kill the Joker or kill me. And Batman ends up winning either way. And
now, and the only reason why I know is because I played the very excellent Batman Arkham games when they first came out, and I believe the Red Hood plotline is explored in Arkham Knight, I believe.
Yes.
And it was, at least in that game, it was the Joker that had killed Jason.
Yes. In most iterations, Joker is the one typically, or the original story is that Joker ends up tracking Jason in a warehouse while Batman is off doing his detective stuff. Batman learns of this. He rushes over. Before he can get there, boom, a major explosion. The warehouse is destroyed. In the Arkhamverse, it ends up being that Jason ends up falling prey to the Joker, and he's able to torture him over 6 months and basically turn him against Batman. The how they brought, or did Jason end up dying and
I thought it was implied that he died. I could have sworn it's something involved with a crowbar or something. It's been a hot minute since I played that game, but I was under the impression that he had died, or at least, as you said, was severely beaten enough that he just kind of disappeared for a bit.
Yeah, actually, from way back when in comic book land, the Death in the Family series, that's where the crowbar was involved.
Yes.
Yeah. So Death in the Family, that series I have.
Because I know he also
you have that series.
He also was the one who crippled Barbara Gordon. I think shot her in the spine.
That's a separate story. That is the Killing
Different
Joke.
universes.
Well,
Can't keep them
ever since the Killing Joke came out, it's basically integrated into the main canon that Barbara Gordon is shot by Joker and is paralyzed from the waist down, and she adopts the new persona of Oracle, basically the woman in the chair. So, but typically Jason Todd is resurrected with the Lazarus pits, blah blah blah. And I always like initially my gut reaction is like, yeah, like the Joker has filled graveyards of people like who have lives. Like it could be you, it could be me, it could be blah blah blah. And Jason was under the impression like, okay, like those people aren't Batman's people. Like it's like, okay, like he doesn't know those people individually. So maybe with me dying, he'll finally snap and stop this genocidal maniac. And it ends up like the betrayal of Jason in seeing that Batman didn't break. And that's also what Joker wants too. Joker wants Batman to kill him because that's the joke. It's psychotic, but it's still a joke. And so that's what kind of makes him into like this anti-hero. He intends good, but it is still through violence. Now, Batman, on the other hand, like he sees the Joker. This is why Batman the Animated Series is like the GOAT when it comes to Batman's interpretation. Is that he sees like someone who is having a mental episode and like wants to help them. Best example I can think of is interaction with Baby Doll. Baby Doll, for those of you who did not know, is basically a 30-year-old woman in the body of a 5-year-old. And she goes on this like little rampage, quote unquote, like she's trying to get revenge for like not being able to be accepted in the acting world outside of her little baby role. And Batman not once strikes her, and because she's having a mental episode. And that's the same thing he's doing with Joker. Now, every now and then he'll punch, like he'll land a blow or two every now and then, but
so somebody like Red Hood wouldn't have that kind of empathy for her.
No. Or well, it would be case by case basis, but that's what Batman is trying to avoid, that slippery slope. Because if you kill the Joker, then what's to say you argue like, oh, like, why not Two-Face? Somebody who's suffering from personality disorder, who ends up just killing people. And it's like that slippery slope is what Batman argues. And he's right on that, because like if you justify it as like somebody taking another person's life, like how many people like in Batman's rogues gallery will be knocked out just because like they end up doing harm to others. And so that's why like Batman, he sees these people and all their problems, and instead of just taking them behind the shed, he brings them to Arkham in a sense of wanting to help, because we saw this with Harley Quinn. She's basically a hero now. She's along the up there in popularity, at least, with Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. She's like, she's on the Mount Rushmore.
Wasn't she anti-hero for a while there too?
She was initially created as a villain.
Yeah, villain, but then she turned into anti-hero.
Yeah, basically, and it didn't just start with the Harley Quinn series that released like a couple of years ago. It was probably a good like 5-some years before that happened in the comic books. Okay. What I can recall, it started in the Deceased storyline. It's basically where everybody is zombies.
Okay.
Kind of like Marvel Zombies.
Marvel Zombies, yep,
Kind of like that. Yeah. Where we saw
another topic for another day.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yes. We could have a whole show just about different types of zombies.
Getting real quick back to Marvel, how do they kind of handle their anti-heroes?
They kill our foes. Yeah, you see it in the movies, but it was pretty typical of, like, say, once again, Deadpool. Like, just awful. Yeah, it's pretty clear cut. I mean, yes, there are certain anti-heroes who actually, they don't necessarily have the Batman code, but it's pretty up there. So once again, we'll just stick with the popular one right now. But yes, for the most part, yeah, Marvel sort of prides itself on not having somebody like
yeah.
Batman.
Well, that begs the question. So Marvel is, at least from my understanding, there's not really a recurring villain because at the end of the movies, they typically end up being thrown away to like some off universe or end up getting offed. So that does beg the question, like, what's the difference between Deadpool and, say, Tony Stark? Because he killed, what is his name? Warmonger for the first movie, the third movie with the Mandarin. Or was it the second movie that the Mandarin? I do not recall the conflict of the second movie.
Oh, yeah, it's
Is it
Iron
the
Man 2.
Mandarin?
Iron Man 2?
Iron Man 2? Who's the villain for that?
No, Iron Man 2 was the, what do you call that?
Thought a Mandarin was an orange.
The Mandarin.
I didn't see Iron Man 2.
Oh, Iron Man 3. Iron
the
Man
guy
3
with
had,
the whips.
Yeah. Iron Man 3 was the one with the Mandarin. But, like, are you talking about how...
Like, I barely recall. I think the only villain that I could recall that hasn't been, like, killed is the Vulture. And that's from Spider-Man. And how, like... what's the difference between Deadpool and Captain America in the sense, like, because you say, like, oh, like, he's an anti-hero because he offs his villains. Captain America does the same thing, too. So does that differentiate the two?
As I said, Marvel don't play around like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, too, like, it's really the method to get to whatever goals that they have. That's really what defines an anti-hero. Somebody who actually has the opposite, not necessarily opposite, but like who doesn't necessarily have the restraints of an actual typical hero. That's really what defines the difference between what was considered a hero versus an anti-hero, and is restraint.
I do see a lot of conversations where it's like, oh, you know, Batman's the dark, brooding hero. He's the most brutal of the heroes, and it's like he's really not, because I would think that if I was a bad guy in the DC universe, I would want to go to Gotham, because I know at least no matter how bad of a bad thing that I do, all I'm gonna get is beat up a little bit. Like Metropolis, same thing, but I mean that's Superman. I'm not gonna do Superman, but like Batman's always been portrayed as this type of almost like an anti-hero, but like I don't see it. So
yeah, I wouldn't consider Batman an anti-hero, actually.
No, I mean he'll shatter like your kneecaps and make sure you can never walk again, but at least you'll live.
Yeah, you're alive. Yeah,
or you know, in the Arkham games, he'll hit you with his car, but somehow you'll be fine.
Right. He's got those special
those shock absorbers.
Right?
Yeah.
Or your car will explode, but somehow you'll still be fine.
The only thing I don't like about Gotham, if for some reason I were to live in Gotham, are the gangsters. So that's
it's a very 1960s vibe. I mean, it certainly goes along with like I don't know when I think it was the 1930s maybe. Detective Comics I know was when Batman was first introduced. So like I know like it was very of the era, but like those guys like stuck around through all the movies. Like you had those like very like, you know, fedora wearing, Tommy gun wielding villains. I remember seeing him in the animated series that you mentioned.
Oh yeah, the mob is like a thing in the animated series.
But like I mean, you could consider Victor Freeze to be an anti-hero.
Oh, yeah.
Because like he, to mind again, my very limited DC knowledge, he was just trying to get the resources he needed to cure his wife.
You can make a case that he could be an anti-hero versus a villain.
Like he did bad things, yeah. But is it more that, do you guys think, is it more the intent behind the action that defines a hero, or the action itself?
That is
Do the ends justify the means when it comes to being a hero?
I guess that's what causes you to be a vigilante. I would say, but that's a discussion that we can have later on too. We can deep dive into that kind of thing. Machiavellian discussion. Yeah, definitely get into that. So. All right.
So I think that wraps it up for this segment. So yeah, we will be right back.
Hello, and welcome back to NEPA Nerds. For our final segment, we're going to talk about what's coming up soon is spooky season. Spooky season, Halloween. And so some of our plans for Halloween. So let's start this off with our resident horror expert. So what are your plans for this upcoming season of spook?
Well, I have my usual cavalcade of movies that I like to indulge in every year. The Thing is one of them. It's a classic. I got to watch it at least once a year. The 1982, not the 2011.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But we
Yeah.
can talk about
Let's
that.
not go there. But
I also
82 is me.
I also try to play like one or two scary games.
Oh, okay.
One of them is called Kronos, which was made by Bloober Team, which did the very excellent Silent Hill 2 remake last year. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
very
heard
much
about
in the
that,
same vein. Oh, it's excellent. Oh, excellent. Very much in the same vein in terms of like it's a third person experience, the same way Resident Evil 4 was. But you're a person that was brought into a post-apocalyptic, I want to say Poland. I might have that wrong,
Okay.
but it's Bloober Team is based in Europe, so it's very interesting looking, and I can't wait to tell you guys more about it.
Okay. Yeah. We'll definitely get into that for our upcoming episode, possibly with horror theme. We'll see what happens with that. So, Ms. Julia, what's going on with you and your plans?
When it comes to the spooky season, one movie that I will watch every year, no matter how many times or at least once, I'll probably watch it like 3 or 4 times, like just as background noise for when I'm doing stuff around the house. Scary Godmother. It's a 2003. It's animated by the same folks that did, I want to say Cyber Chase. Was the show with Tony Todd and all them? No. They're the same studio behind Transformers
Rest in peace,
Beast
the
Wars.
absolute
Gotcha,
legend Tony
gotcha.
Todd.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's very old 3D,
Okay.
but it's still so funny, and it's good for the little kids too. It's not too scary.
Okay.
There's some like light stakes, like who's gonna go to the party and all that. Like it's very kid, but it's also like it's so sweet. You can't help but like
Okay.
it's Scary Godmother with
Okay.
the skeleton in the closet
This
and
is,
Harry the werewolf. I mean, come on, like you can't help but smile at these guys. They're so
Okay.
cute.
I was wondering if it was going to be like a straight out horror, but okay.
No. It's cutesy, but
Gotcha.
it's fun and it's a good Halloween mood setter.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm so mad that the soundtrack isn't on any of the streaming platforms because I would literally have that going for like my Halloween playlist. It's so good. Watch it. It's on YouTube. Check it out.
I'm pretty sure you could play that while handing candy out to the.
Oh, absolutely.
For me, speaking of which, being that my daughter is 16 and I have a funny feeling I won't be trick-or-treating with her.
Aw.
And there's a possibility, too, my younger daughter is going to be hanging out with a friend of hers. Therefore, guess what? I'll be home by myself.
And it's a Friday too.
And it's a Friday, that's right. And guess what? I might, well, first of all, avoid trick-or-treaters. I might end up watching a movie that I wanted to watch. I mean, I don't really like to watch horror as much because I don't like to freak myself out. But something that I've wanted to watch for a while is It, the new It.
Oh, the
Yeah.
one with like the split eye.
Yeah,
actor?
yeah,
I can't remember his name.
the new
Skarsgård.
Skarsgård. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Because I was a big fan of the original one with Tim Curry.
Oh, Tim
that
Curry.
that freaked me the freak out when I was a
Yeah,
teenager.
that one will leave when you're
Yeah.
young and you watch that one, that'll leave an impression. on
Yeah,
you.
it sort of scarred me. Yeah, along with Poltergeist, that scarred me.
Oh, yeah.
It still affects me to this day. But yes, when it comes to that movie, like It, I'm like, okay, let's see, because from what I hear, it's a little closer to the book. Do you think that's correct, or is it just?
I haven't read the book.
Okay.
I do know there are certain scenes that were in the book that will never be seen
Oh,
on
yeah.
screen.
That's
thank
a
goodness.
that's a
We're not
fact.
going to touch that.
Yeah, we're not gonna. No, not at all.
But from what I understand, I think the original miniseries was closer in terms of how the book stories progressed
okay,
with the
all right.
flashbacks
Gotcha.
to when they were kids, because I think
Hence
that's how the book
miniseries.
did it. And this
Okay.
one, it's clearly defined. This is them as kids. This is them as adults.
Gotcha.
Which,
Yeah.
having seen both, I think it works a lot better in this. I mean, by far, if you're interested, watch them both. I think they're both phenomenal movies.
Okay. All right. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess I'll have to spend my Halloween night watching it, freaking myself out.
Yes.
So all right.
You guys
And don't
enjoy all
forget
of your
It Part
favorite
Two.
horror movies as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, right? Yeah. And so, yeah, episode 1 of NEPA Nerds.
Level up. Now
Done
on
and
to
dusted.
episode 2.
Done and dusted. Yes. Looking forward to more. And
Right.
we're gonna be talking about so much stuff that I can't wait. I'm looking forward to.
There's so much stuff that I wasn't able to talk to here that we're gonna have to save for the next time. So
exactly.
super exciting.
Yep.
So,
Excited. Looking forward to it.
right.
All right. Well, this is Elle signing off with Zach and Julia, and we'll see you at the next episode.